Hello students. In the previous videos we've taken you through 14 geometry facts, and what we're going to do now is actually look at some challenge questions, some harder questions that uses those facts. So first off, having a look at this diagram here, you might notice that that angle does not look at all like an 80-degree angle. That doesn't look at all like a 60-degree angle. So the diagrams are not drawn to scale, not drawn very well. But nonetheless, if you accept these angles for what they are, you can then work out the size of angle X. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is the fact that a lot of students, when they see this question here, they see a Z rule, and they want to say immediately X is 60 degrees because of Z. Well, that can't be true, because otherwise those two angles would be equal, and they're not. And the reason that the Z rule doesn't apply here is it only applies to lines that are parallel, and these are not parallel. So we have to do something other than use the alternate angle rule for this one. Now here's a little bit of a hint. In order to find angle X, you first have to find the angle marked with the red dot. So what I want you to do now, please, is to stop the video and see if you can figure out what angle X is based on that little hint. Okay, welcome back students. Okay, let's go ahead and do this in two steps. So the first thing we do is we find that angle, 60. In fact, I'm going to even give that angle a name. I'm going to call that one angle A, and I'm going to call that one angle B. So therefore, I can actually refer to the angle by name. So 60 plus 80 is 140. All three angles add to 180. So therefore, A must be 180. Take away 140, so A must be 40 degrees, and we know that because angles in a triangle add to 180. Now, we also know that B is 40 degrees, and the reason we know that is opposite angles are equal. Again, so every time we find an angle, we put down the reason as to why it's true. Now that we know that B is equal to 40 degrees, now we can find X. So 40 plus X adds to 180. So X has to be, well, 40 plus 40 is 80. X has to be 180 take 80. 180 take 80. And therefore X is 100 degrees. And for that particular statement, we use the fact that angles in a triangle add to 180. Once again, that doesn't look at all like 100 degrees, so the diagram is not particularly useful here. Okay, let's move on. Okay, I'd like you to stop the video and see if you can find the size of angle Y. And again, here's the hint. You first have to find the size of the angle marked with the red dot. Okay, let's go ahead and start this one, please. Now, once again, I'm going to put an A there, angle A, and I might put a B there. I'm not sure if we need it yet, but let's just see if we do or we don't. Okay, so the first thing I can say is A plus 125 equals 180. So therefore, A is 180. Take 125. And if I take away 180 minus 120, that's 60. Take away another 5. A must be 55 degrees. And I know that that's true because angles on a straight line add to 180. We can do the same on this side. We can say B is equal to 180. Take away 135. And therefore B is 45 degrees. Again, give the coded reason for that. And then finally, we can say Y is going to be 180 minus those two. So that's going to be 180. Take away, well, 55 plus 45 is 100. So 180 take 100. And Y is 80 degrees, which is what we're trying to find. And the reason for that statement is angles in a triangle add to 180. Okay, we might stop there and then do some other challenge questions in the next video, so the videos don't get too long.